Let's talk about pen holders. Now, mainly there are two types of pen holders available in the market. The first type is called oblique pen holder. You notice that there is a flange, which usually is made up of a metal that is connected to the pen holder. And once you insert the nib, you notice that the nib is pointing to the right hand side. Now, the second type of pen holders is a straight holder, and a straight holder has just a straight, body, and there's no flange that is on the side. And once you attach the nib, and the nib will just create a straight line. And let me explain the reason why we have to use these two types of pen holder. Now, for example, if I'm right-handed, when I'm writing calligraphy, you notice that I will place my hand down in a comfortable position, and you notice that the nib is pointing against the slant. Now, it is not the same direction like this on the slant. So what I need to do is I need to slant the paper anti-clockwise a lot. So you notice that I slant the paper a lot in order to create the slant that is matching my nib, and I have to write like this, okay? Now, this way is actually really difficult for my eye and hand coordination because I have to rotate the paper a lot in order to create the same slant as the writing. Now, if I'm using an oblique pen holder, you will notice the difference straight away. When I place the pen down and in a comfortable position, which is usually this direction, notice that my nib is closer to the slant to the right hand side. All I need to do is angle the page anti-clockwise just a little bit so that my nib is now currently parallel to the slant. You notice they are the same parallel slant. So this will really help with the coordination between your eyes and your hands because the paper is not too slanted. Now, for those who write with your left hand, you can use a straight holder because you notice that once you place your hand down, your nib is basically pointing very similar direction as the slant. Now, if this is the case, so the nib is now aligned to the slant, you can basically start writing in this angle. Okay, so you can keep going on like this. Now, for example, if you place your hand down and it's slightly more to the right, what you can do is you can angle the paper by tilting it clockwise so that the nib is now parallel to the slant. And then you can keep writing this direction. So that's how you can write with your left hand with a straight holder. Now for right-handed people, you can use an oblique pen holder or a straight pen holder because it depends on how much you rotate the page. But I would suggest that for beginners, it would be best that you stick with an oblique pen holder because it's easier. It already provides you the correct angle at the start. Now let's talk more about oblique pen holder because majority of the people use your right hand to write. So the one that comes with your starter kit is made of wood. I like to use wood pen holder because they give a bit of a weight, but it's not too heavy. You can also find there's some like more mass production oblique pen holders available in the market. Now this one is a black one made of plastic, and it's a 2-in-1 pen holder, so the flange actually can come off, and you can use this area to insert the nib so that it becomes a straight holder. So that's why it's a 2-in-1 pen holder, and it's very popular used in the calligraphy community. Now also this is also a 2-in-1 pen holder. It's actually by Louis Creations. So you can have again this the flange, which is angled to the right hand side. And the interesting part of this is you can actually rotate the body and it opens up, and you can hide a nib inside, which is quite sweet. And you can also buy other colors. Like let's say you have another color which is a turquoise color, you can then change it up and make it like a combination of color, which is quite fun especially if you're interested in styling the photos. Now these are all oblique pen holders, and these two specifically, these one are made in bulk, so which means they are not completely individually made. Now the next kind of pen holders I wanted to show you are the tailor-made pen holders. So what tailor-made pen holders will look like. So let me pull out a batch of them. So I have various one in front of me right now. So I just want to give you a diversity, you know. Now you can see that these are all custom made or tailor-made pen holders. This one is actually has beautiful painting, all painted by hands. And this is made up of acrylic. Okay, so inside actually this is um, like a foxtail because I customize it because I have a collection of foxes. So I asked the pen makers to make this like a foxtail. Now these ones are by teacher Michael So, and they are made of wood and different types of wood. And I really like to use wood pen holders because they have a very great weight in terms of the heaviness. You know, it's really not too heavy to write with. Especially it's great when we practice for long hours. And you can see they come in different lengths as well. Now these are the what I call the tailor-made pen holders. They're oblique pen holders. Now there are also other types you can find in the market or made by pen makers. So this one is an ergonomic pen holder. So this one as well, ergonomic pen holder. You will notice that it has a shape which actually forces you to hold the pen holder in a certain way. Now this is the correct way to hold the pen holder, which you can go to the posture video to find out more. Now this is an ergonomic pen holder. So similarly, this one as well. You can see they have different shapes that kind of help you to enhance your pen grip. Is in terms of the weight and the length. I quite like a pen holder that is not too long. So for example, this one is not, it's quite a standard size. It's similar to a normal pen. You can see it's similar to a normal pen length, which is great. And I like it's not too heavy, because the reason is if you use a pen holder that is very heavy, you will get very sore fingers and like you feel more tired quicker. So that's why I would avoid using anything that's heavy. So for example, the one that I showed you earlier, this one is made of acrylic, is really beautiful, but it's a lot heavier. So I just use it for maybe a short period of time. I don't really use it for long-term practice. Here are some straight pen holders that you can find in the market. These four ones on the left-hand side, they're basically made in a factory, right? They're mass production. And you can see that this one is a little bit wider in the body. Maybe it's suitable for people who wants to have a thicker body so they can hold the pen better. Usually maybe slightly bigger hands will be more comfortable. Now this one has a little kind of some cutting. You can see there's some cutting here. This is to stop your finger from slipping. This one comes with a cork material. I don't really like this so much because it's just getting a little bit messy, and then the ink will start staining on your finger. And then this one is quite popularly found in the market, and it's a straight holder. Notice that all straight holder will have the four hooks. In the pen holder setup videos, the tutorial, you will learn how to set up the straight holder, but essentially they have the four hooks, and you can simply just insert the nib and it becomes a straight holder. Now this one, I only have one custom made straight holder. The reason is because I don't really write with a straight holder, but I have one that is custom made, and it's really pretty, so I can usually use it for working for events if I need it. Hopefully the video gives you a better idea of pen holders, and we'll move on to the next, which will talk about other tools.